There are many great resources about sauna building online. One that's very dear to my heart is this book called Mobile Saunas by Carlos Otto. I'm not even gonna pretend to pronounce his name correctly, I'll butcher it. This is a really great little book, it's on Amazon, and it's just full of all things portable sauna. There's a lot of great tips, a lot of do's and don'ts, a lot of things to consider. And this book has been incredibly helpful in my sauna building process. So I thought that maybe I should give it a shout out in this video because other people might benefit from it too. One interesting thing that Carlos helped me to understand is that portable saunas go back millennia. In fact, there's some pretty strong historical arguments for the fact that mobile saunas were the original saunas. They were the origins of steam rooms. Before people lived in a stationary fashion, they were nomadic, and just like we love getting warm today, so did they. And so they essentially created sweat lodges to keep them hot. So the very first saunas were in fact portable saunas, and what we're doing here is nothing new. This gives me a kick. Leave it to the Russians to advertise their sauna tents with naked women. You can tell who the target audience is for this. Naked men. Yeah, those are my people. Cycle saunas, anybody? If you don't want to utilize a vehicle or buy a car trailer, you could just as easily make a sauna on a bike. The other reason I really like this book is because from time to time, I find myself in despair. I'm kind of thinking like, what am I doing? How much money am I dumping in this thing? Is it worth it? And then I look through the photos of other people doing crazy stuff and I get newfound motivation from it. I'm like, okay, this isn't that crazy. There are other people like me. And so in that respect, this book has been incredibly helpful. This is cool. What if you want your sauna on the water? You want a floating sauna? No problem. There's people that do that as well. I mean, look at that. You can literally step off the dock and jump into a cold, refreshing lake. The Finns are leading the charge in everything sauna. Portable sauna, that is. I mean, here's a little sauna. They try to see how many people they could fit into it, and looks like they got 29 sauna goers in a tiny little room. So when I find myself down in the pits and question reality, I come back to this book. It makes me chuckle, it makes me smile, and it helps me just, be more at ease. There's something else. Oh, how about a gondola sauna? Yep, you heard me right. So somewhere, looks like in Lapland, Finland, again, Finland, they actually took a ski gondola and made a sauna out of it. This made me chuckle too. More Russian craziness. So apparently on the old Russian space station, they actually had a sauna in space. And so it was the highest sauna in the world at an altitude of 254 kilometers. Yeah, the Russians actually took a Banya with them into space. Eventually, Mission Control decided that the sauna used too much energy on board the station and must be removed. Apparently, it took 3 more missions before the cosmonauts finally obeyed this order and dismantled their beloved Banya. Since we're talking about resources, I want to share another one with you. This is another great book that's been incredibly helpful to me. It's called The Art of Sauna Building by Bert. Again, don't want to butcher his last name. But this book basically is like a workbook, something you'd find at a college. And it just methodically goes through everything you want to consider when you're building your sauna. Do you want to have showers inside or outside? How much should you tilt your benches? What is the optimal wood to use? Somewhere in here there's a chart. Look, I took some notes, just a few. Somewhere in here there's, right here. Look, this is awesome. Suitability of wood for saunas. So it actually breaks down the various types of wood that are really good for sauna use and also the woods that you don't want to use. It tells you how to put in vapor barriers, just how to build a sauna from the ground up. It doesn't really mention anything about portable saunas, but that's not really kind of an issue. I think that if you want to make a great portable sauna, it's not a bad idea to reference how saunas have been built thus far and then transition some of those concepts to a trailer. Here's a little note on wood preservative, how you generally don't want to coat anything inside the sauna with any sort of preservative because it's not healthy to breathe, and it also takes away from that nice rich cedar smell when the sauna is going. The last resource that I want to mention is the newest, most digital, and that is the website called saunatimes.com. It's run by a guy named Glenn, and what can I say about Glenn? Glenn is a sauna nut, and I mean that in the best sense of the word. He's a total Banya fanatic, and half the time I talk to him on the phone or an email, he just is going to the sauna or coming out of one, so he lives it. Glenn runs this website that's just very extensive, and if you start researching anything sauna related, it's just going to keep coming up over and over again. And he also has this killer blog, and the blog is just full of really good resources. Check out some of these article titles. A mobile sauna build project that most amateur builders can finish on their own. Sauna Share, your own kick-ass sauna for a month or two or forever. If you have a question that's related to saunas, he probably has an answer. So for example, right now, I am working on bench design. I don't yet have benches in my mobile sauna, and I don't know if I want to make a steel base and a wood top or just make the entire thing out of wood. And so I can come over here and search sauna bench, and wabam, you just have pages and pages. You have 25 pages of articles about sauna benches. So right here you could have, looks like a flip up bench design. Let's go back and see what else is out there. Maybe you have old benches that need to be refinished. There's an article about that as well. And the last two things I want to say before we move on is that Glenn also has an ebook that helps people build mobile saunas. I have it, it's a great book. And I believe he also builds saunas. So if you have more time than money, correction, if you have more money than time, which is the opposite of me, then you might want to just hire him to build your sauna. Knowing how much work I just put into my sauna, I very well might do this someday. So, if you're one of those people that sees this and you're like, hey, I want a portable sauna, you could get it done right here and now. Look, public sauna map. Here's another thing he offers. So you can actually go on this website and find where all the public saunas are at. I had no idea. Maybe had I referenced this website earlier, I wouldn't need to build a mobile sauna. I won't dive too deep into this because I don't want to waste that much time on camera. But here I just presented you with 3 of my favorite resources, 2 books and 1 website. This is not to say that there are not other great resources out there, but it is to say that these are my 3 favorite ones. Each one of these has been incredibly helpful in my journey, and I thought I'd give these folks a shout out, as well as help any future sauna builders out by giving them just some killer resources and saving them heaps of time.